All right, guys. I especially want to welcome you all to this live edition. I actually I kind of made this open so that I can be able to invite someone who really wants to talk and who wants to also make sense to what we are doing. But nevertheless, I want to welcome you all to this live video. Like my name is Oparachi Kingsley, and I especially want to say welcome. For some time now, I've not been able to be online. I have not been able to do some certain things I usually do here, which is giving you information, making sure that you receive all the necessary informations like I've always done. And today, I just want to make it back and see how far we can go today in trying to educate our people, in trying to give some vital informations, in trying to relate as family as we have always been doing. Please let me know if you can hear me. I don't know if my sound is okay. So most of you has been complaining about mic that I don't usually use mic. So today I decided to see if I can use one. If it's okay, just let me know. If you can hear me, please, I'd like to see that in the comment section so that we can proceed. So today I'll be talking about a very vital topic, which I think everybody who is aspiring to travel out or those who are already outside of their home countries, right? Those who are outside of their home country, uh, you know, this information is very, very vital for such people. Now, I want to talk about this topic not just because it's just me treating a topic, but because I'm led to do so. And the topic I want to treat, like you have seen in the thumbnail, is the consequences or the benefits of making positive decisions on a foreign soil. This particular topic, many people may neglect it and see it as something that, but it's very, very important. First of all, I'll give an overview of this particular topic, and before we move on, just know that how we usually do here, if you have been following me live, is I usually make my, it seems the chat is, sorry, it seems the chat is hidden. I don't want to hide it. Um, Okay, sorry, I'm trying to fix something. Just 1 minute. So you're highly welcome wherever you're watching from. Just let me know where you're watching from and let me know where exactly you are chatting us from. I'm trying to add somebody. I'm trying to add someone. Your background is very, very dark. Your background is very, very
Yes,
dark.
yes, we don't have light, so Kings.
All right, you don't have light. All
Yes,
right.
but I can see you. I can see you.
Okay,
I'm
you
just
can.
lying down.
Yeah, you can stay on the background, but what I want to talk about today, I want to really talk about a very important topic. You can mute your mic so that once you want to talk, I'll give you a chance to do that. So
All right, all right.
and I can also invite other people to also.
And how
Talk.
can
Can
I
you
leave
hear
my
me?
video, or how can I off my video too? Or is it video?
You can mute it. You can mute it. Try and see. Try and check where you can mute it. It's possible for you to do that. Or better still, should
Yes,
I remove?
I see that. I'm talking of the video. Where
Okay,
can
should
I
I?
off it?
Let me remove you then. All right, guys. So this topic I want to talk about first of all, I want to say congratulations to everyone who is here. Congratulations to all my subscribers. So congratulations to some of us who through my channel has been able to make it out here. Congratulations to some of you who the information I post out here has been able to help to get admission. I get so many positive testimonies on my channel. I get some positive feedbacks on my channel, One thing about me is that I don't make those things public. Most people don't like it. Unlike some YouTubers, unlike some other people who once somebody from them has been able to get outside of the country, you will see them, coming to post it. Everybody is not the same. I'm not saying it's bad, but it depends on how you want to do it. Privacy matters a lot. Some people, they will say, Kings, I don't want you to post this, or Kings, I don't want you to make it public yet. They might want to do it on their own. They might want to do it however they want to do it. But one good thing is we all are making progress. Like you all know, what I do here is to share information. What I do here is to bring people close. What I do here is to make sure that everything that relates to traveling now that is within my power and within my strength to give out to people to help them, I make sure that I do it and I give those information. And those that know me for some time now must have known that I don't relent on doing this. First of all, for the past few years we started this, I do all these things free of charge. I don't charge you. I don't ask you to give me this. I don't ask you to give me that. But I do all those things free of charge for you. Why do I do it? Because I believe in growth. I believe that every one of us deserve little help that we can at some point in life in order for us to grow. But recently, I made some announcements on my WhatsApp group, on my family groups, and I told you we have some progress that we have made so far, especially those that want to come out here to study, those that has been on my neck are Kings. Please, I want to study outside. I've been trying everything I can. I've been trying to make applications. I've been trying to apply for schools, but I'm yet to get any positive feedback from the schools I have applied to. So, can you help me? Can you help us get admission? Those kind of people on my DM, there are many of them, and it pains me as of then that I wasn't able to do anything. But as we are talking now, there is a good news that I've been able to make some partnerships. I've been able to talk with some schools and also make some partnership agreement that can also help such people now. But then it is not free. Please, like I do everything I've been doing. If you can hear me, please let me know you can hear me. Let me know you can hear me, please. If you can hear me, let me know you can hear me. So as it stands now, it is very, 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 very real, and we are doing it, and we are preparing for that of those applications that will be made January against um, February, March admission, and for those whose studies will be starting around August and September this year. So that's what we are on now. But going back to our topic, the importance of making positive decisions, especially when you are outside there. It is very, very important because it determines how far you can go. It determines your progress. It determines everything that has to do with your life generally. Of course, I said in my previous live that I came that it is no longer a news that you will see some people who has been outside the country. Maybe we can use our uncles and our aunties as example. You will see them who has been outside here for a very long time, but at the end of it, they have spent almost 20 years abroad. They have spent almost 25 years abroad. And at the end of it, you still see that they still struggle to even give you the little necessary help you need back home. The reason is not because they are wicked. The reason is because it's not because they don't have the heart of giving, but the reason is because the bills here, the bills out here is very, very alarming. And if one didn't plan on time, if one didn't understand the system, if you really don't get exactly how things work out here, it will be so difficult for you, especially if you're aging, right? So some people may come out here, you may be out there at your own country and your uncle is outside, he's receiving probably you are aware that he's making like 2,000, 2,500, or let's say 3,000 euros per month, right? So if he's making such money per month, you may think, my uncle is earning so and so amount. and then he's not helping me. Please, for those that want to join, I will add you. And what I do is, because I would like this to be a very interactive section, just like I've always done, if I add you, you have like 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, I'll take you out so that other people can as well join and say whatever they want to say. If it's question they want to ask, they can be able to ask the question. If it is whatever they want to do as it relates to our topic today, they can do that. And then I'll take them down and bring in some other person. So that's how we're going to be doing it. So there are many people who are requesting to join for now, but I won't be taking it until when it gets to the time. Sorry if I deny you access. Don't be angry. I'm trying to make this. Okay, so now I can be able to see your chat. Hi, good day. How is your work? Fine. Bro, you are chilling guy. All right. Cool dream. I really love your setup. All right. So what I'm actually saying is this: you may think they are earning that much, and at the end of it, when you ask them for money, they say they don't have. The reason is bills are really choking us up. bills bills are really choking us up. The bills here, may be earning 3,000 euros, and at the end of the day, you see that after paying the bills, you may not even be left with uh the less 200 euros on your pocket. The less 200 is even very, very big. Yeah, it's very, very big. Why I say it's very big, you will not understand. Imagine somebody who is earning like 3,000, and at the end of the month, after making all his expenses, he may not be able to have like 200 euros saved. I have made this calculation, and I'm not going to make it again today, but I've done that. I've tabled everything and make it to look to be very, very real as it is. So coming to Finland has been a very, very big issue for me. If you have been following me up, you should know my story. And I don't joke with it. And I made it that everyone who wants to follow my step will not find it as difficult as I did. Let me just give a background information. I will give a background information for those of us that have not heard of it. Then it can help us to dive deep into our topic for today. So remember that we always make this very, very interactive. If it's not interactive, the more those that have been following me for a very, very long time knows that the more you ask me questions, the more I have more things to say, the more I can be able to make this conversation very, very informative. Right? Please, I won't be accepting for now for you to join. I'm really denying a lot of people access to join. When the time comes, I'll make this open. So it's better you stay back. If you have questions, you stay back. You can also put up your questions to the comment section. I'll read it definitely. Every comment here, I'll make sure I try doing my best in reading all the comments. My problem is, please, if you can hear me, if my voice is loud enough, let me know. Femi Popular, please. I said I will accept very soon, not now, please. I will accept people to join very soon, not now. So if you can hear me, just let me know that you can hear me. Um, Jamulidin, you said dark elf. What do you mean? Hello, good day. Where are you from? All right. So, giving a background to how I actually come here, I came to Finland on a very tough note, right? I got a job from my country. If you have not listened to how I got that job, go to my channel, YouTube channel, then you click on that video I made on how I got a job to Finland from Nigeria. You'll see it there. You can watch it and then get every other thing. So when I came in here, I faced a lot of difficulties. I came to Finland, and in 1 week, a week of coming here, I lost my job, the job that brought me out from Nigeria to this particular country. And it was very, very difficult. It became so, so difficult for me. And if not by the grace of God and by the special grace of God, the level of information I have, I should have been deported back. Um, Recently, because the law here in Finland is if you're being given a resident permit and the situation changes, the reason for giving you a permit in Finland changes, and you're not able to get a job if it's job that brought you, or if you're studying and you're not able to continue your studies, definitely they have the right to revoke your resident permit and then deport you back to whichever country you're coming from, because the reason for giving you that permit in the first place is no longer in existence. So that became a very big challenge for me, and I faced a lot of problems. But the good news is that thank God today I am no longer an employee. I am no longer an employee. I've been able to um, you know, strive my way from being an employee to becoming somebody who can now work independently on my own, having my own company. But that's the good news, and but it didn't come so easy. So that brings me to the topic today on how our decisions can help us, can our positive decisions can affect us. Now, we all know that what makes you whoever you are is your ability to make decisions. It's not just about making a decision, but making a very positive and important, vital decisions in your life. Sometimes it matters a lot that you make them quick. But instead of making quick decisions that are going to lead you astray, that are going to affect you negatively, it's better you take your time to make the decision. But let it be that at the end of it, it's positive, right? So most people find it very, very difficult to make the positive decisions. I will be talking about those that travels out. Now, if you travel out, like what I mentioned earlier, that Finnish immigration services, usually check if the reasons or the conditions for giving you permits is still in existence before they can continue with your permit, and if not, they have the power, the right to withdraw those permits. Some people come in here and they are being carried away, right? People come in or go into different countries where they are and they start chasing shadows. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. They start chasing shadows, forgetting the main thing that brought them into that particular country, forgetting the main thing that helped you to stay. Of course, when you get into a country, you may be opportune to see so many opportunities that can give you more money. But if you pursue those opportunities that can give you more money and leave the main thing that can help you retain your resident permit or retain whichever visa that you travel to that country with, you are definitely chasing a shadow. Because at the end of it, those things you're chasing doesn't matter. When they ask you to go out of their country or when they ask you to pack your load because you no longer meet those necessary requirements, automatically every other thing you are doing in that country is gone. Every other thing you are doing in that particular country is gone. And that is why those who are traveling, the most important thing you must do is sit down in your house if you have not traveled. Yet, I will say this again. For those, there is nobody that will make it outside the country without a plan. Yes, luck happens. Yes, you may be fortunate enough to have connections, you may be fortunate enough to have opportunities, but these things at times it doesn't work the way you think it is. You cannot get to anywhere in life without you having a plan. Having a plan doesn't necessarily mean that everything you will see there will work according to your own plan. No. But if you don't have a plan, it's actually going to be more tough and tougher for you because it means you don't have a direction. Life will keep pushing you around and keep pushing you around until you're able to find yourself somewhere. And wherever you may be able to find yourself may not be the place you may want to be in the first instance. And that is why I tell people this: if you're planning to leave, if you're planning to travel, or you have traveled already without a plan, please and please make this, it is very, very important. Please make sure you have your plan. If it takes somebody who has no plan 5 years in order for him to make it, somebody who has a plan may spend just 2 years or even 1 year in achieving what somebody who has no plan achieved in 5 years. Why am I saying this? It is, I have passed through it by experience. If you've been with me for now and you have not liked this video, please make sure you like, make sure you share. That's the only way you can support me. Make sure you let me know where you're watching from. I'm going to be reading the comments. I'm going to be um, checking your questions, and as time goes on, I'll start inviting people to also speak as well, because I learned that when I'm talking and no one is talking, it's a kind of monologue. But when I talk and you talk, we call it dialogue. So I prefer us having a kind of dialogue than monologue. So please, if you're watching, and remember, you can also gift us, right? I think you can gift us if you like what we're doing. If I've been able to help you in some way or the other, you can be able to support me through your gift as well. If I have been able to make impact into your life, I'm not boasting about it, but I'm certain the good news I have received in my WhatsApp group, privately, socially and otherwise, I've been able to know that I am doing something. If I have been able to impact into your life, it is not that difficult for you to say, okay, I want to appreciate you. I think there is someone that appreciated me some time ago, even though I don't know the person, but I want to use this opportunity to also thank you for your support. She sends some flowers that cost a lot, you know. But all the same, I thank you. If you're watching me now, thank you and God bless you. So now, like I always say, every topic I want to treat, I usually use my life experience to buttress it more, because I believe in practicality. I believe in giving you things. Whatever I say, it's just the way it is. I may not be all that perfect. I may not be all that okay, but I think I've come to a level whereby I believe more in practicality. Those things that are not in existence, I don't like talking about them. I talk about things that I know. If I tell you do this and you do it, you will achieve, even if you don't achieve 100% of what I achieved, at least you will achieve 60, 70% of it. The difference will be on how you did it. May be different from how I did it. The time you did it may be different from the time I did it. And every other thing, you as a person and me as a person, that might be the only difference. But every information I share, the practicalities are there. Let me come up with some of the development that are happening here in Finland for now. For some of you who are, trying to tell me what is happening and how is it happening. Remember, I still have the topic which I'm still going to treat: the power of positive decisions in foreign soils. But let me touch some of the happenings that are going on. Some of you will know that the Finnish Immigration Service has at last 4 months made some new changes in their immigration law, right? Most of us are aware of it. These immigration laws, for instance, um, passports that can be achieved, that can be given to you, that you can apply for if you have stayed in the country for a minimum of 5 years. You can apply for passport and get it if you meet other criteria. Now they have changed that law. It is no longer news. This is no longer news. So they have changed it from 5 years to 8 years. But there are still some certain conditions that you need to meet, and you can still apply if you have stayed for 5 years. But generally, it's has been shifted from 5 years to 8 years. So if you need more information on this, I will still explain that in detail. Now, aside from that, during the time they made these changes, they also made changes to those who are coming to Finland, those who are coming into the country as foreign workers, right? They made changes as before. Initially, if you have an income of 1,000 euros or thereabout, you are qualified. If you're earning 1,000 euro or thereabout, you are qualified to apply for the visa if you have a work contract here in Finland. A work contract that can be paying you up to 1,000 plus euros, right? You are qualified to make application and get a resident permit. But recently, that particular time, they made changes for passport. They also made changes to that. The reason is um, they made those changes because of some certain things, some certain policies that the government think is better for the country. Remember, when I came in here, I started making announcements. If some of you has been with me for a very long time now, you will know that I have been making some announcements to you, and I was saying that those who want to travel out, there are things you need to bear in mind. There are some countries who, at some point in time, they needed people inside their country, and they are reducing some certain restrictions, bringing it down, lowering it in order to see that they attract foreigners to come into their country to fill up some gaps that are there in their country. When this kind of thing happens, when this kind of thing happens, it gives you the opportunity to utilize this, opportunity very, very well and get into that particular country. If you don't utilize it, then a time shall come when the purpose of lowering those restrictions must have been fulfilled. They will start tightening it. I said it when Canada had that particular opportunity, when people were going to Canada with, even with a tourist visa. With a tourist visa you can get into Canada, and we are able to change it. The school fees was lower, everything was okay, perfectly okay. And some people who had this information used the opportunities to get into Canada. I made the same announcement when UK was giving visas, was issuing visas like mad. They were giving opportunities for people, both those who want to work, those who want to study, those who are into healthcare, and so many opportunities and so many streams opened as of then. I was saying this and making it clear for people, please, this is the right time for you to make use of this opportunity. But so many people did not make use of the opportunity. Why many did, and today they are dead. And some people are now waking up when the door is is almost shut down, right? So you Canada opened that door, and now they have really filled in. There are much inflow of foreigners into Canada, and as we speak now, you can read the news. Canada is trying everything they can in order to cut down on immigration. UK is trying everything they can now in order to see they cut down to immigration. Finland, as we speak now, is trying everything they can in order to see that they at least minimize the inflow of foreigners and see how they can manage their immigration effectively. So now it is no longer attainable for you to just be able to earn 1,000 or 1,000 euros for you to be qualified after you must have gotten your work contract in order for you to get resident permit in Finland. No. In Finland, as of October, which the law took effect, it was 1,399 euros. That is what you need to make. Only you, if you're coming alone. And if you have a wife, it's 800 euro. 1,399. Then you add extra 800 euro for your wife. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. If you have one kid, it's 600 extra more. You see how it's going. But the current and most latest information now, is that it is not even only it is no longer 1,399 euros. They have changed it again. And how much is it now? As at now, and which will be kicking off 2020 January 2025, you need to make at least 1,600 euros after tax. Your gross earning, I mean. Do you understand? Now you have to make, if any employer who is giving you a work contract, you must make sure that you have that 1,666 euro as part of what you will be able to earn in a month from that work contract. If it is not, know that you are getting a negative decision. There is no two ways about it. Now let me share my personal experience as regards to this. I told you that recently I was able to get change my permit from being an employee to an employer, or being an employee to a self-employed person here in Finland, right? Now, how was I able to go about it? This has to also go down to the topic I am treating today, for you not to make the wrong decision or leave the main thing you're supposed to be chasing once you're outside the country and start chasing shadows. When I got into this country, in 1 week of getting here, I lost my job. It was very, very difficult. I started looking for a job up and down. I had restrictions on my permit. And what were these restrictions? Please, wherever you are watching from, let me know where you're watching from and pay very good attention to the explanation I'm going to give now. I'm giving it free of charge here. If you still want me to coach, I have a platform where I coach people privately, but it is not free. I also have a platform where I give general information to everybody, which I don't charge for. I still have private coaching, group where I train people who subscribe to my premium coaching services. Thus, you get every information you need, you get every details you need. I bring out my personal time to teach you. I make out time to even go to the length of having phone conversations, right? In order to see that whatever you need, I'm able to put you through to it. And whatever 1 naira, whatever 5 kobo, wherever $1 you pay for that services, I make sure that you get more than the value of that your money. If you know me, you should know that is how I do my own. And I cannot promise you what I am not sure, what I cannot be able to offer. It is not in my line. If I do such thing, to me, even without you that such thing is being done to regretting it, to me it pains me more, it causes me more agony when I do such thing than the person who such thing is being done to. That is my own personality. Anybody that has known me before now will know that is how I behave. That is just me. It's better for me to go hungry than for me to say I'm owing somebody, right? It's better for me to go hungry than for me to say I am owing somebody. So listen to the explanation. If you want those services, you can chat me up. If you're part of my WhatsApp group, chat me up privately. You can see King's Consult on the group. My name is Kingsley, and my the name on my own is King's Consult. So you can chat me up. If you subscribe, I will add you to the group. Maybe one of those days I'll try and create a link through which you can subscribe from wherever you're watching from. So it will be easier for people. No longer you don't need to contact me privately before you subscribe. Once you subscribe, I take you to the group. All right. So now when I came in here, um, like I have one person who I am currently tutoring on how to go about getting entrepreneurship from me, and this is one of the hardest permits. It's one of the toughest, as long as Finland is concerned. It's one of the toughest, and you need to prepare yourself very, very well. And one good thing about the permit is you're free to do anything. You're free to do any job. You're free to your work is unlimited. You are not limited. You're free to say, okay, today I want to go to work. Today I don't want to go. I'll just feel. But it also has its own disadvantages. It has many advantages and have its own disadvantages. So every permit has its own restrictions, but this one is unlimited, unrestricted. So now the main story, before I go to that story, let me look at some of the comments I have here. The story I want to share to you now is how I was able to make some certain positive decisions that helped me get to where I am now, which is very, very important. And I'm using my personal experience, like I told you, every information I share here, I use my own personal experience. Whatever I haven't tried, I have not done, I am not telling you because I don't know how it's going to work out. And whatever I tell you is what I have done and I am successful in it, right? Whatever I tell you is what I have passed through, the steps I have taken, how I took these steps, the stones I met on ground, the free food I met, and the hardest part of it. So you also will know how you're going to do yours when the time comes or as you want to do it. So let's look at the comment section. You can stick with us just a few minutes after reading it, then we'll continue. Azubi Keshedrak, you're welcome. You said, hi, good day. How is your work? My work is fine. Jamaluddin, sorry if I don't pronounce your name well because some languages are different from mine, but I will try as much as I can. Bro, you are a chilling guy. Okay, thank you. Yeah, game stop say cool dream. I really love your setup. All right, thank you there. Uh, M. Bello said, hello, good day. Bello, you're welcome. Please let me know where you're chatting from. Let me know where you're chatting from. Let me know where you're chatting from. Which country are you chatting us from, or which country are you watching me from? Is this your first time? If it's your first time, I'll give you a welcome um, note on that. Then E said, where are you from? Okay, I'm a Nigerian guy. And Diamond said, we can hear you. Okay, that's good. That's good. Welcome to Love Chima Ndubisi. You are looking good. All right, thank you. Joan Igudia. Good to be here with you, Kings. All right, Joan, you're welcome. Watching from Nigeria. Joan, you're welcome. You're watching from Nigeria. Then Peter Igbo. Peter Iboto said, hi, this is Peter Evans. P, watching from Nigeria. Okay, P, you're welcome. And Obunna Chijioke, Divine Star, said, watching from Nigeria. You're welcome, Obunna. Diamond, you're welcome. You're watching from Nigeria. Akinwumi, you are welcome. As it is now, are you allowed to employ from outside Finland? Okay, I will talk about that. Just stick to the video. I'll talk about that. I'll talk about what I can do and what I cannot do. Mbelu said, watching from Nigeria. Okay, Mbelu, you're welcome. Bro, you are a chilling guy. Okay, same thing. All right, guys. So let me go into what I wanted us to, what I told you I'm going to talk about. Now, when I came in, I've already told you I lost my job in 1 week. So it became so very, very difficult and tough for me. Of course, not everybody will endure or pass through what I've passed through and still get to where I am today. It is not easy. But all the same, it wasn't by my own making. Some friends helped me. I got some informations. I still, you know, in this life, there is nothing you can do if you don't have information. You are where you are today, not because of anything, but 60% of the reason why you are still at the level you are today is because there are information that would have moved you a step forward that you have not been able to get. Sometimes it's not as if there are village people chasing us. Sometimes it's not as if there are barriers, there are chains, like people continue to pray in church, continue to do whatever they without even trying to put in the actions. The most important thing as a human you should be doing is searching for information. Information can lift you from where you want, catapult you to where you have never imagined in life. But we all are limited because we don't have that information. There is an information you will have as we are talking now. You can be able to make like 10,000 euros or $10,000 on your hands without much stress. But because you don't have it, you may even work for 10 years without getting it. But that's not our dream, right? There are informations that when once we get it, our life will turn around. And that is why I think the most important thing every human being should be doing is always and consistently try to seek for information. And even those who are Christian, we know that the Bible said that my people perish because of what? Lack of knowledge. So that is just that. So when I came in, I started looking around. I searched for job. I searched for job and searched for job in Finland. No, knowing fully well that I'm a job searching professional, right? I know how to search for job. I know how to get jobs, of which I've also helped even people who are not here in Finland to even get jobs. But imagine when I came into the country and it was still very, very difficult for me to get. Of course, I will not deny the fact that I got some job. I got thousands of interviews. I got many interviews here in Finland. I got many texts also here in Finland, but there are things that were my limitations when I got here. If you're hearing me, please let me know. And when my voice is down, also let me know, please. When my voice is down and you can no longer hear me, let me know. And also, please ask your question. It is very, very important. If I'm not getting the questions I should be getting, it will be making our conversation boring. So when I got here, I got some jobs on conditional. I searched for jobs. Most of them I wasn't able to get it because of what? Because my permits, resident permits for an employed person, that was the resident permit that brought me to Finland, was restricted. What was the restriction on this resident permit? The restriction on my resident permit was I am only allowed to work on the field that that permit has been assigned to. And what was that field my permit was assigned to? It's a resident permit for an employed person who is to work only on welding as a welder. I mean, who is to work only as a welder or as an oxygen cutter, right? So every work I'm supposed to do supposed to be related to the metal industry. So every other job, any other job I get, I can be able to do them, but then I need to change my resident permit. I need to apply for another resident permit and wait till that permit is approved before I can be able to do those jobs. So it became so difficult for me to be able to do that. So when I searched and searched, it was difficult for me. Remember, when I came in as a resident permit, a resident here in Finland, and I have every right every other person who has been in Finland here has. So when you come to Finland, you have the right to register with the TE office, with the right to unemployment benefits. When you lose your job, the government will be paying you, and if you still want to study, you can be studying free of charge, and the government will be paying you for that study, giving you your house allowance, your rent allowance, paying you for all this kind of stuff. So when I came, I didn't find a job. I registered with the T office. Remember, I want to tell my story now. The story is very, very important. You stick to it and learn some experiences. Like I always tell you, there is this my friend who has been chatting me up, but I haven't been able to respond. He was asking me how I was able to get my entrepreneurship permits to operate here as an entrepreneur here in Finland. But I think if he's watching now, he can listen attentively to you know get the full gist. I might still be able to make a video, but I have promised to make so many videos of which I have not been able to do. The reason is the time is not here. Today is Sunday, I didn't go anywhere. So when I register with the TE office, like every other person can, if you lose your job here, you can be able to be paid unemployment benefits, you have your house allowance and all. So I registered with them. They told me that I need to that this is what I need to be doing if I am to still maintain my status to be paid as a job seeker, right? Registered with the T office, paid by Kela, right? So they told me I need to be searching. They gave me a mandate to be searching for at least 4 jobs, making application for 4 jobs a month. But me, I make more than 200,000 applications even in a month because I needed it more than them. You understand? But they will give you that mandate to know that you still want to work. You're not just receiving the benefit just because you want to receive the benefit, but you're making effort in order to see that you work. So I registered with them, and they gave me a test for me to start my um, integration program. They call it integration program here. So when I started the integration, when they gave me the test, I regretted what I did then. If I have known what I know, I wouldn't have done what I did then. So what did I do? Because before I traveled, I was actually reading some little Finnish exams. I was reading some Finnish words with Duolingo, right? Learning how to speak Finnish. So when they gave me a test for them to know where they are going to place me in the language classes that they are conducting, so they gave me, because of the little experience I've had already with the Duolingo Finnish lessons I've had, I did a little bit well. and they thought I'm a professional. They thought maybe they placed me in the level of those who who are higher. I don't know if you understand what I mean, how to explain it for you to understand. So instead of putting me on the basic, for me to start from the basic, they put me they put me to start from the intermediate level, which was very, very difficult. I regretted it. I told myself if I had known, I would have just done as if I don't even know how to pronounce any Finnish word, you know. So they put me there, and as of then, I have started making up. I have registered my company here in Finland, because when you come here, let me share this information. It is very, very important. If you're coming here as with a resident permit as an employee, you also have the right. You can be able to open your own company, right? But you will be operating as a part-time entrepreneur, or better still, you can be operating as a freelancer, right? You can be operating as a freelancer. Please, if you have not liked this video, I don't know what you're waiting for. You're getting more information from me. And the only way you can support me is for you to click on the like button. It doesn't take you anything. If we're that selfish not to, support our own, I don't know what else you can be able to do for me. Just for you to click on the like button and share it to your friends if you can. For those who want to support me, you can still send in your gifts. It's possible. So what I'm doing it out of my own love for my people, out of my own love for my subscribers, and whosoever that may come across this information, because it's going to help a lot of people. Many people are here, they don't even know how to go about whatever issues they are having. Here I am sharing the problems I faced, how I was able to navigate through these problems, which can even help more people. It will help more people. And your brothers or sisters who are here, you can share this information to them. They will get it and it will help them. It will be a big plus for you as well. We cannot go anywhere without the help of others, no matter how dependent you think you are, no matter how smart you think you are, no matter how lifted you are. There is no how you can go beyond or go far in life without the help of others. And for you to get the help of others, you must always try everything you can to always give the helping hand to others when you can. It will help a lot. We all are human. Believe me, we all are human and we need ourselves in order to grow. Liking my page, sharing it, inviting people won't do any harm to you. It doesn't cost you a dime. All right. So when I registered with them and they asked me, can you remind me where I stopped, please? Is it possible? Well, if you can remind me, then I may pick up to start from somewhere, but I don't want to repeat what I have already said. So I will give like 30 seconds for somebody to remind me on the comment section. If I'll give like 30 seconds, and if nobody reminds me, then I'll just start from somewhere that I know. Where did I stop? Where did I stop? Where did I stop? Are there people watching me? Are there people here? Are there people watching? Remind me where we stopped. And if I'm making sense, also let me know so that I can continue. Remember, our main topic for today is the power of positive decision. And I am starting from the grassroots to explain to you how I was able to make those positive decisions to get to where I am today. Right? I am not saying I have made it. I am not saying I have achieved what I want to achieve. Of course, I have not even started. You understand? I have not even gotten anything. But at least I say that the little progresses you make, appreciate it, but don't be too satisfied with them. That is the kind of person I am. Okay, I think Wumi said intermediate language class. All right. So they placed me on that intermediate language class, and that intermediate language class was a place where all their teachings were purely in Finnish. Everything they talk is in Finnish. Everything they write is in Finnish. You know, when you're learning a foreign language, the only way you can learn it effectively is if something is explained in that is said in that language, and somebody is able to translate to you in a language you are able to understand, then you can be able to learn that language faster. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. What I mean is this: for instance, you go to a class and they are doing present tense and past tense, for instance, if it's an English class, and you are, should I use the two languages I understand to make this example? Let me do it the way every other person will understand. Look, okay, let's say in English language, they say go, right? They say go, they write something Go, and it is go. And in your own language, or let's say come, right? They write it COME, come in English language. And they are trying to teach you another language. For instance, it is Igbo language, right? Come in Igbo means beer. Do you understand? Now, if they write come in English and say the come is equal to beer in Igbo. So whenever you see that language, whenever you see that word come, you already know you will know that come means beer. Do you understand what I mean now? So, but in this one, if they write come, there is no translation. You are not permitted to speak any other language. They cannot speak any other language in teaching you the language. They teach everything in Finnish because of the intermediate class where they put me and because of how I performed when they gave me the test. My sisters, my brothers, it was very, very tough. I wasn't seeing myself doing anything. I'm smart. I am very intelligent, so to say, to some certain levels, but that one passed me. I wasn't able to grab anything. I only attended that class once. And I said to myself, if I continue going for this class, is a waste of my time. And remember, before I did that, now I remember where I stopped initially. I have already started working on my own company because I wasn't able to find a job. Now, in me, right from when I started, even before I came to Finland, I know that the only place I can do perfectly well is for me to be independent on my own, for me to be an entrepreneur, for me to be able to use my own brain, think out what I want to achieve, set out the kind of business I want to establish, and do it myself. I am an able man, right? And that is the kind of thing I do. I know I can, even when I had an employee resident permit, I know I cannot work as an employee for long. I don't even see myself working as an employee for more than 2 years, as at when I had it before I lost the job in 1 week. Do you understand? So I have known within myself that the passion I have, like most Igbo men do, is business. What I can be able to do is to handle my own business, to handle my own things, to do whatever I want to do at when I want to do it, to think out an idea, put it on pen and paper, and make it materialize. Call it a business. That is the kind of thing I want to do. I wanted to do. And when I searched for this job, I said, you see, every disappointment, if you take your time and make it what you want, will be a blessing to you. I have always said this: every stone that has been thrown at me as a challenge I have always tried to make it a stepping stone. I have faced so many difficulties, I have faced so many challenges, but each time I face these things, I always rejoice in them because I know that any challenge I face is an avenue for me to open new doors. It's really an avenue for opening new doors. So those times you have not been seeing me online, those times you have not been seeing my posts, those times you have not been seeing me posting videos, some people will be complaining. I was actually in my secret abode working out something. And that is why most of us, success is not achieved. It's not really achieved in how do I put it? It's not achieved in public. Success is achieved in secret places, then the public will celebrate it. If you have not learned this, learn it. When you want to achieve success, restrict a little bit to yourself. It's not bad. restrict a little bit to yourself, be a little bit conservative, then when you achieve it, you can come out of it. It's very, very important. Um, Naturally, it's very, very important. Spiritually, it is also very, very important. If those who are spiritual will also know with me, I don't know if you have the level of spirituality you have. But so I saw myself as somebody who would do better. That is my line. Even in Nigeria, where I've been an entrepreneur, I've been working, I've been doing so many things. So I saw myself, this is the place I'm going to strive well. So I started working on it earlier. Before I registered for that class, I have already registered my own company. I was using my company to work, but I was working as a part-time entrepreneur. I wasn't working as a full-time entrepreneur because I don't have the permit, right? So that is why if you come into Finland as um, with a resident permit for an employed person, you can also be able to have your own company, but you'll be operating as a part-time entrepreneur, as a freelancer. Now, except when you want to go fully into entrepreneurship, then you will need the permit for an entrepreneur. So when I now started my own company, I was working with other companies. Most of my friends were advising me to keep looking for a job. That job is easier. When you have a job, to extend your payments will not be easy, will not be difficult. You know, which is very, very true. But deep down in me, I have this spirit, I have this voice telling me, this is the kind of payment you need, this is what you need. And me, I know this is what I need. But because of the difficulties and the uncertainty there, because the denial for entrepreneurship permit is very, very high. You can go and check and ask anybody who is here. The denial for entrepreneurship permit is very, very high. If you don't do things properly the way it's supposed to be done, if you apply for it, you're going to get the scrutiny. They will scrutinize you. Is totally different from the scrutiny they are going to give somebody who is applying for studies. Studies is very, very easy. Even employed person is very, very easy. The only difficult thing in getting employed person resident permits is having a work contract. If you have a work contract, if you don't know how to do it, contact me. I may charge you for it, but it's not going to be much for you. Then it's very, very easy for me to do. And when I do it, if everything is fine on your own side, I guarantee you, I give you 80% guarantee that you will get it. That is how I do mine. So, and sorry, it's very cold here. So sometimes we have kind of. So when I started working with my own company, and I have to deny this. So sorry, I'm denying you guys. Remember, I said I'm going to bring you on board, but not now. So when I started working with my own company. I have known that the permit I want to apply for is entrepreneur, and the requirements for entrepreneur is that one. Remember, I told you this video is very, very important for your friends who are already in Finland and those who are planning to come. One, one is that you need to be making certain amount of money consistently for at least 6 months or 4 to 6 months, right? Your bank statement needs to be, you need to make sure that in your bank statement, this money are coming in on monthly basis for at least 4, 5, 6 months. Bank statement, that is what they demand if you recently open your company. Secondly, you must have a business idea that you are going to draft your own business idea. Guys, it was difficult for me. But one good thing for me is that I share my experiences, and I always like to try things myself. From the beginning of this application till the end, I never required for help of any professional to help me do it. I started from the scratch. I have never done business proposal before. I've never written business business idea before. I've not written anything that you have to do everything yourself. The only thing I wasn't able to do myself was I hired because when I started my business, I hired an accountant who was managing my bookkeeping for me. It's very, very important here in Finland. If you have a company, you need to have somebody as a bookkeeper. So I hired him and I was paying him on monthly basis for my bookkeeping, recording my sales, recording everything I was. So he helped me with the forecast, you understand? And he helped me with the business forecast and every other thing. I drafted every other thing because them themselves cannot even draft a business proposal or a business idea for you. So you have to draft it. The Finnish immigration office has some people who can help and guide you, but they will never draft it or write it for you. You must be the one to write it yourself if you want to be an entrepreneur. So I did those things myself. So when I you must have that 6 months. So I was working already. I have already worked with my company for 3 months before the TE office registered me for the intermediate class, language class. And I went to that class for the first time and the second time. And I didn't see myself making anything out of this class. And the most challenge I had is that they told me that this class, because once I started the class, I have I am guaranteed that they will be paying me monthly around 1,000 plus euros for my upkeep, right? My house allowance as well. I don't know if you're getting what I mean, of which many of us will jump into, of which many of us are actually going to jump into it. But for me, it was a trap, and you have to make very important and decisive decisions when you get to that level, like I did. So I started, they told me they will be paying me all those money, but then I have to study I have to be doing my integration program as a full timer, like full time. Full time, I mean, is that my classes starts by 9 a.m. and ends by, is it 2 p.m. or 3 p.m., right? That is, let me check, is it okay? 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3 is 5 hours. 5 hours studies, that's what they told me. So it starts by 9 and it ends by 2 p.m. So when I calculated this time, I saw that I am missing out on my own company. I have my own company I'm working for. And if I spend all my time studying, yes, studying is very, very good. It's very, very important. But remember, my resident permit was remaining extra, because then was the month then was June, was I think June, July, right? My resident permit was remaining about 5 months for it to expire, or 6 months for it to expire. I don't have much time. And I thought to myself, if I continue doing this language course and my permit expires, I have no legal backing of staying in the country. And even the payment they are making to you when your permit was valid will stop immediately your permit expires and you don't have a way of getting another permit, right? So I said to myself, I have never for one day thought of myself of depending on anybody, even to depend. We Nigerians will testify to this. We never, especially the Igbos, those people from the eastern part of Nigeria, we don't we don't even believe on any help coming from anywhere. That is the way we are trained. That is the way we are born. That is the way our society molded us to be. You are on your own in whatever you do, whatever you. I, I have this belief that whatever you can do for yourself, you have less chances of people or government doing it for you. And that is why you will see every Igbo person try to be as independent as he can. If the government is going too bad, you see, it doesn't even affect them much, even though we know it does, because the social amenities that they are supposed to provide might not be there. But an average Igbo man will struggle and make sure that they make something for themselves. You understand? So I never saw myself to be dependent on anybody, not to talk about traveling out and start depending on government, even though we know that it's real. Government is capable of taking care of your housing, your bills, your if they give you 900 euros, my brother, if you convert 900 euro with the exchange rate of 1005, it's not what it is now, but let's say 1005, the minimum 1005 times 900. You know how much it is, right? Okay, what about when euro was 1008? If you convert it 1008 times 900, you know how much it is that you can be making in a without doing anything, just because you're studying, they'll be paying you and they'll be paying your house rent as well. So it was very, very tempting offer, right? So, but I was trying to use my brain and use my head, of which I would like everybody to do. So what I did was I said, if I continue with this study, I'm actually going to end up missing the real thing that brought me to this country. I didn't come here for any benefits. I have never in my life thought dependent or believe that I would depend on anybody, not even the government, in order for me to feed myself. I told myself, I am who I am, and I must make sure that I become what I want to be, in no matter what the condition is. So what I did was that I started building the company. I told them I went to the people, the administrative officers there, and I spoke with them. I told them, please, is there anyhow this language course that I'm doing? Oh, love Ndubisi, you said network is doing you shedding. Are you not hearing me, please? If you're not hearing me, please let me know. Let's go back to our conversation. Let me see people that have chatted or sent any question or anything on the comment section. Let me respond to it. Please, this story I'm sharing is very, very important, and it will help you to know why making positive decisions is very, very important when you are on a foreign soil or in a very foreign soil, right? And it will help you to know the decisions you make, how it's going to affect you positively or negatively. It is very, very bad for us to come out here and start chasing shadows instead of chasing the main thing that you're supposed to chase. Sometimes you may see those things as the main thing, but they are not actually the main thing. They are just the peripheral aspect of things you should be doing. The core things you should be doing, if you neglect it, it will come back to haunt you, and it will hit you very hard that you may not be able to come out of it. But I pray every one of us comes out when we make mistakes. So let me read the comment section. Stick with me. I'll come back to the topic. Joanne said, you were trying to tell us the class you were pleased. Okay, okay, I've done that already. And and Peter Friday, Bros Kingsley, is this video recorded? I don't know. It's going to be recorded, right? Like I'm live now. I'm live now, and after I finish this, it will still be recorded. If you go to the list of my videos, go to my live videos. You click there. If you click there, you will see all my live videos. Then you can search for this particular one. You will definitely see it there, because after this live, I'm still going to it's going to be posted automatically by itself once I end it. So you can find it and also share it to people. Then Law of Chiman BBC said, what skills are needed there so I can start learning it? Or sectors that needs entrepreneur to operate? All right, let me answer your question, Love BBC. I was before when I started this video, I told people that most countries will open doors for people who want to actually come in to fill in some spaces when they feel that they need people to come. As regards to that, they will lower some restrictions. But when those things are filled up, they increase the restrictions, just like many countries are doing now. Take for instance, Canada is becoming a no-go. Let me not use harsh words, but you know what I'm trying to understand. Unlike before, that people get there easily, it's now tougher for people to get in there. UK, the same thing. US, that one, don't talk about it. Not to talk of when the next administration, who has, said so many things that is frightening, will get in. So let's not go there. Finland itself is doing it now. They are trying everything they can in order to see that they manage their immigration policies. Their immigrants, people who are coming in, they manage it very, very well and make sure that it's more beneficial to the country than how it was before, right? It is no longer as they are trying to increase almost everything, you know. So at before, people in the healthcare industry, even unskilled workers, now currently skilled workers are more likely to be taken than unskilled workers compared to before, right? Skilled workers, I mean, like when I talk about skilled, a barber is a skill, but it is not part of what we see as skilled workers. You talk about engineer, you talk about nurses, you talk about, you know, so these are levels of skilled workers they are actually looking for, especially those who are into tech, right? I also want to make this clear, please. If you want to study outside or you are studying in your country, there are some courses which we ought not to be studying now because they are heading us to nowhere. It is not good for you to study something that you will finish at the end of it. You may not be able to get to where you want to get to. You see somebody studying philosophy. I'm not saying it's bad. We ought to look at the future. We ought to look at what is coming before us and then know where to fix in ourselves. In 5 years to come, people who are into tech are going to be more needed anywhere than any other person. The evidence is there. I'm not joking about it. You can make your researches. If you are now into tech and you have AI knowledge, you are ahead. If you're studying it now, good for you. But some people are asking me, are they going at can they come in here to study? And sometimes, like some one guy told me that I don't know if he's watching this video, but he chatted me up today and told me that he wants to study cybersecurity and the tuition fee is high and the rest of it. But I advised him, what I told him was that sometimes we may have a bigger dream. You may have the dream of becoming a professional in AI, right? To study it in the higher institutions. But when you are applying from your country to get these courses, either they are not taking you or you don't have enough money to boost to see you to get to this particular level. There are still other courses, there are still other things you can do. Get yourself out there first. Bring out yourself from where you are. Sometimes our environment restricts our potentials. Sometimes where you are restricts the level at which you can get to in life. Sorry if I'm rejecting your request to join. I will bring you in when the time comes. Please bear with me. You just have to stick to this video, and I will still bring people in to ask either questions or um, be part of this particular program. So what you need is come in first. You understand? You can take some other courses that are not the main course you want to study. For instance, you want to study cybersecurity and any tech course. But if you're able to get admission in any course, you can come in. Changing of courses here are not that difficult. It will be more easier for you. But when you stay out there and you want to, you set a goal for yourself, a hefty goal for yourself, and you want to start achieving that goal from the top, it's more difficult for you. But when you start from the scratch, you start scratching it, putting one step above the other, going gradually, you will see that that step is attainable or achievable, right? But when you want to start, you have not from step one, you want to start from the highest step. Sometimes I'm not saying it's impossible. It may be possible, but sometimes it's more difficult. And sometimes it may not, it may even be impossible. So why don't you take up any course that is being offered to you, and then you come in with it and you can change to whichever course that you want. That way, you have left the shores of where you are. Even when you come here, you will now have more opportunities to some certain courses you can do. There are courses you may not be able to get scholarship there in your country, but when you come here as a person who is already staying here, you can be able to get scholarship on those courses. I don't know if I'm making sense. I don't know if I let me know if I'm making sense. Let me know if I'm talking rubbish. Also, let me know so that I can retrace my steps. It's doable. So this is it is just what it is. It is just what it is. Olusegun Victor, I will decline. I will accept you guys later, please. Okay, where did I stop? Remind me where I stopped again before I forge ahead. I was telling my stories, and the stories I was telling was in order for me to make it clear the importance, the importance of making positive decisions, which definitely shapes your life or shapes our life. Remind me where I stopped. So, but in 30 seconds, if I don't get a reminder of where I stopped before I started talking about the guy that told me he wants to study cybersecurity and the rest of it, then I may just start from where I think I stopped, which I wouldn't want to start repeating things. All right, from the comment section, it has Akin Wumi said, it has to pass you. Finish is good to start from scratch. Sorry for that. Okay. All right. Then, okay, I'm talking more about language. Joanne, you were trying to tell us the class you were placed on. Okay. All right. Love, Chiman, BC said, network is showing me shaggy. All right. So nobody reminded me where I stopped from. So let me pick up where I think I stopped from. So when I was doing all those jobs I was doing, and I was trying to build my account, knowing fully well that what I actually want to be in life, what I actually want in this country is for me to be free to do whatever I want to do my own business with my own business name, with my own company, right? So I went and talked with the officials. I went and talked with the. Please don't send me message on WhatsApp. I'm not responding to any WhatsApp messages now, please. If you want to send anything, here is an opportunity for you to send it, and it's an opportunity for you to ask your questions. So when I met the administrative personnel that are in charge of the language classes, I explained to them. I asked them, "This this course, is there any possible way that I can have a way through which they can be translating it for me in English so that I can better understand? I don't understand Finnish. I don't speak Finnish. I don't even hear Finnish. I cannot write Finnish. And you write it on the board for me and expect me to learn without translating it in the language I understand. How do you expect me? How on even if I do this class for 10 years, I am very, very sure that I cannot be able to do anything. And the worst part of it, they still give assignments in the same language. Which juju be that? No be juju be that one. They still give assignments on the same language. What am I supposed to do? I'm a kind of person that those who knew me when I was a student back there in Nigeria in the university I studied, I never for one day engaged in anything like malpractice or trying to. I'm not saying it because I want to make mouth, right? If you really know me, if there is people who went to the school I went to, they can attest. Ask anybody. I never for one day engaged in anything like malpractice. It's not as if it's not doable. It was doable, but it's a personal decision. When I go to examples, I only go to example with my pen only. And when it's exam period, we are those people that normally struggle to sit at the front seat, right? We always struggle to sit at the front seat. The reason is we may not want disturbance. And most people were very, very angry about some of our behavior then, because they will say, okay, if you are first in the class, let's see, do you think life is like that? That I don't know if you understand what I mean, but it's all that. So I always like to be confident in myself in whatever I do. So I wouldn't want you to give me assignments and I'll go back and start looking for where to copy or for somebody to come and do it for me. What's the essence? It means I cannot do it. And what I cannot do, I cannot do. I cannot do it. So after discussing with them, after I discussed with them, so they told me they are sorry actually that this is an intermediate class and this class only Finnish is allowed, no other language is allowed. And I asked them for something else again. I told them, okay, is it possible for me to be doing this language courses part-time as a part-time student instead of doing it full-time? Because I have my own company that I'm working for, and my time here, if I put all my time here working, studying, I may not have time for me to work with my own company that I established. They told me it is still not possible, that they are sorry, that if I'm studying here, what I'm doing is a full-time study and it will help me uh, for Keller to know that I am doing these courses and they will be paying me on a monthly basis for it. I don't need to work. I don't need to start struggling myself. I just have to relax. They will be paying me monthly and they will be also be taking care of my rents and the bills and all of them. I said, okay. I went home, my brothers and sisters. I started thinking, yes, the offer is nice. Yes, it is good to study. But is it actually what I want? Yes, I want to learn the language because when you want to integrate into the society, especially the Finnish society, language here is very, very and extremely important. I must tell you that whosoever that tell you language is not important is lying for you. I know where I am today. I was talking with somebody and he was asking me how long I've stayed. I told him, he said he was wild. He opened his mouth and said that I was behaving like somebody who has been in this country for like 10 years. Like some of the things I've achieved was like somebody who has been here for like 10 years. I told him, no, it's not like that. But even at that, I still know most of the opportunities I have mixed because I can't speak the language. Remember, there is a big difference between you can be able to live here comfortably without knowing the language, and you can be able to integrate here successfully without knowing the language. These things are two different things. If you don't know how to speak Finnish, Finnish people know how to speak English. At least a greater percentage of them. You can go to grocery store, buy things, live your life, do everything. But once you want to integrate into the society, especially in the job market, Finnish language is very, very important. If you don't know it now. Very, very important. And let nobody deceive you about it. So when I told them, I'm coming back to my story again. When I told them, please do well to like, if I'm making sense to you, if I'm giving you information you need, do well to like, share my video. Tell me where you're watching from, and you can send me gifts if you want. I'm live here. And if I've been able to help you or you've been able to gain something from me, it's not bad if you send some gifts to me as well. Sending it is not because you're rich. Sending it is not because I am poor. Sending it is just because you want to encourage me to do more good jobs. It's as simple as that. And if I'm not encouraged, it's not really good on my own side to be coming out here to be helping and teaching out information to people. You understand? So it's just a way that you show appreciation and you support me. So When I asked them about those things and they told me, unfortunately, sorry, that it is not obtainable. What did I do? Sorry. Just a minute. The code here is much, brothers and sisters. So what did I do? I went back to my room. I was thinking to myself. I was talking, I was discussing, trying to make the most rational decisions out of this. My permit was remaining 5 months to expire. And once it expires and I didn't renew it, I will be definitely be sent back to my country. Most of you know when I was talking about that. And if I say I want to be receiving this money, it is good. The money is very huge when you compare it to my country's currency. At least it can sustain me, right? It can sustain me, and I wouldn't even need to work. I will have all the time to be coming online and be doing my things online as well. And then have enough time. Once I go to school and come back, I have the whole day to do whatever I want to do, relax, and I'll be feeling fresh. If you see my skin, I'll be neat because I'm staying indoors reading, nothing else, So it's a juicy offer, but do you know that I turned it down? I went to them. I told them that since they have been telling me, unfortunately, I still went to them boldly and told them that I am sorry, but unfortunately, I don't think I can continue with these classes. He asked me, what are my reasons? I told them my reasons are number one, the procedure of the teaching. It's not good with me. I don't know how to speak Finnish, and you can't just say you want to start teaching me a new language in the same language I don't know how to speak. If you want to teach me Finnish, it must or it should be able to be translated to the language I understand. When you tell me uh, a Finnish word, you tell me the meaning in English, then I can be able to know, okay, this is what it means, and I will learn from there. I told them secondly, which is my major reason, I wanted this course to be a kind of part time so that it will also give me time to work with my own company that I established. But since you said it's compulsory that I'll make it full time, if I study full time here, I can't be able to work. And it's going to be telling on my newly established company, and I can't be able to take the company where I want it to be. So, on these two notes, I am so sorry that unfortunately I will not be continuing. Guys, it wasn't an easy decision. But the thing there is, at some point in your life, always know how to make the right decision and always know how to stand up for yourself, stand up for whatever you can do. I don't know how. Be very confident. Be very confident on yourself. There is nothing, I always tell you guys, there is nothing you cannot achieve if you set your mind on it. No door, no barrier is unbreakable once you want to achieve it, except you don't have the determination, except you don't have, you know, the endurance to do it, except it's not even important to you. But if it is, you will go beyond measures in order to see that you achieve that set goals. So after telling them this, I went back. I stopped attending the classes. I went back home. I redrafted myself, redrafted my position, redrafted my vision, redrafted my goals, and channeled my energy towards it. I started working full time with my company. Since I searched for job and I wasn't able to get it, I told myself that I will grow myself to an extent where I can be able to start employing people, even though I've not been here for long. And I worked towards that. I started building myself. I started building my company. I had contracts with some other companies here in Finland. I started working with those companies with my own company, because if you have a company here, you can be able to partner with other companies. So I had contracts with them. I was working with them. I was making some money. I was using it to build my account for the type of permit I need for myself. So I started doing this, and for over some times, I called the immigration. I called the Finnish immigration office, and informed them that because my permit is almost expiring, but I haven't worked for too long with my company, because I recently established the company. So I asked them that, remember, I don't know, let me say this, maybe I can do a live video next time for it. But the the second resident permit I applied for an employed person to renew my permit was denied, and I was about being deported back to Nigeria. I'll talk about that in details. Just keep reminding me, but it might not be in this video. So next time on my next live, make sure you watch it to know what I did wrong that made that particular permit to be denied and make them to issue me deportation form to fill. Yes, I filled the deportation form. It's very serious as that. So what I did was I called the Finnish immigration officers and told them that, asked them, um, will it be late if my permit is expiring? For instance, today's date is what? Today's date is what? What's today's date, guys? What's today's date? If you're paying attention to me, what's today's date? Okay. What is today? I'm no longer getting your comments. What happened? Guys, are you here? Am I just talking to myself alone? Hello, if I don't get any comments here, that means there is something wrong with my network, or probably there is. Please, what's happening? What is happening? I can't see. Okay, I started seeing comments. Okay. Okay, 22nd. All right, today is 22nd. All right. So I called the Finnish immigration office and asked them the question. For instance, if my permit is supposed to expire on 22nd, which is today, and if I make my application for renewal yesterday, which is 21, is there any implication? You understand? Is it too late? Because I know, according to law, that you are not supposed to make application for renewal after the expiration of your permit, your current permit. For instance, if your permit is supposed to expire on 22nd, which is today, and you make your application on 23rd, that application will be rejected. It will be denied. So if your permit is expiring, they advise you to apply 2 months. Start making preparation for your renewal at least 3 months, 2 months to the expiration of your permit. But in my own case, I haven't met up some of the requirements, so I was struggling. I wanted to make the application when I'm very, very sure that I have all it takes. And when I make the application, I won't be rejected. Remember, if you have been my follower, I've always told you that whichever application you want to make, always make your research. Whether you want to apply for admission, whether you want to apply for what is it called, for visa, whichever type of visa, every visa in this planet Earth has its requirements. And if you don't meet those requirements, definitely you are getting rejection. There is no two ways about it. But we fail, our people fail to calm down, bring down themselves, read in between the line the requirements for all visa applications. It's always very, very difficult for us. So whichever application you want to make, even if someone is making it for you, always still go through the necessary requirements yourself. It's very, very important. All right, Stanley. Okay, let me accept Stanley. I think Stanley is here, and he happened to be one of those who I helped. Stanley, can you send the request again so that I can bring you in? Stanley happened to be one of those people who I helped in applying for his resident permits, and he got the resident permit. He's currently here in Finland, working here in Finland. Stanley, if you can hear me, I don't know where you are. Maybe if you can hear me, you can send the request. I'll bring you in so that you can also talk to people. You sent the request initially. I wasn't able to accept it before it went off. So, very, very important, guys. So, if you have that particular if you have any particular resident permit you want to apply or visa, make sure you get the necessary documents. Make sure you meet the requirements. If you don't meet it, this one no day God I beg. Yes, miracle happens. One thing about us is that most of us are so religious that we neglect simple acts that we're supposed to do. I was telling this to a friend, and I was telling him that God Himself at times will be very, very angry with us. Why? Because He said that He has given us everything we need to succeed. And I am a practical living witness of that. Everything you need to succeed in life is already in you. Everything you need to make it, every necessary thing you need to get to where you need to be is already in you. It's just for you to start. It's just for you to start doing something about it. But sometimes we don't do it. Sometimes we start at the wrong time. Sometimes we think we need something more than we have. There is nothing you need in life that you don't have what it takes to start. If you want to be the highest billionaire and it's a burning desire in you, you already have what it takes to be that. Though money may not be in your account now, but you have the brain. You may not have the brain, but you have people around you who you can talk to, that can talk to someone that can help you start building it. You may not have connection of such kind of people, but you have little thing in your hand that can actually help. No matter how it is, what the point I'm trying to make to you here is that whatever you want to be is already in you. Whatever you need to be, that is already in you. Do you understand? So I told him that God, I told her that God sometimes will be angry with us. And I painted an example. For instance, He said in His word that He has given us everything we need to survive. Then why would some people waste the whole of their day praying and crying? You go to church from Monday to Saturday. I'm not saying please, I'm not saying church is bad, but I'm trying to paint a picture here for us to understand what I'm saying. You go to church from Monday to Saturday, you're praying to God that God, I want to travel out. God, I want to travel out. I know you are a miracle God. I know you can do all things. I know you are capable of. You are waiting for God to catapult you from your bedroom to USA. You're waiting for God to catapult you from wherever you are to Canada, and you are not putting any work. You don't have any skills. You don't have any skills. You have not even thought of the means to get to the country you want. You have not read the immigration policies of such country. You have not even started preparing yourself or anything. I'm not doubting it that miracle happens. It happens, but it's just 5%. You have 95% of everything. Miracle is only, I don't even know if it's up to 5% that can help you. That thing they call luck, it's just 5%. It's 99% of it depends on other factors, of which 60% of it depends on your actions. 60% depends on your actions. 30% depends on your environment and other factors. 5% depends on what do I put it? God factor or miracle, you know, and five other percent depends on your connection. So that is how I see it. So when you are now asking God, oh God, do this one, do this for me, do this for me, and for me, he's very, very angry with you because you just sit down at your comfort zone and you are disturbing him anyhow, disturbing him all the time. When he has already trained you, when he has already given you everything you need. For instance, you have a child. Excuse me, just 1 minute. I don't know. For instance, you have a child, you have a daughter, right? And you have trained this your daughter. You have taught this your daughter how to bathe. You started teaching your daughter how to bathe when she was 2 years old or 1 year, 2 years old. Your daughter started learning and learning how to bathe. You gave her everything she needs to know how to bathe, teach her every details on how to bathe herself. She got to the age of 11. You understand? Now you are expecting her to be independent and everything she needs to know as regards to bathing is already there. All of a sudden, the same daughter comes to you, Mommy, please come and bathe me. Mommy, please, I want to bath. Come and bathe me. Somebody you have taught how to bathe, somebody that is old enough to bathe herself at 15 years. Seriously, she doesn't know how to start bathing again. If you were, if that was your daughter, how would you feel? If that was your daughter, how would you feel? Of course, you feel as if you even need to beat her up. You need to at least discipline her so that she will know that she's capable of doing this. Do you understand? So when you are training her up for that, you expected her to be capable of handling all those things. Do you understand? So that is how it is for us when we talk to God on things God expected us to have known how to go about it. So it's not everything we start saying, oh God, do this, oh do this. He said everything you need to survive, to succeed in life is already in you. Love Chimandubisi. Sorry, you said what? I will feel like I wasted my time and disappointed. Yeah, of course, you will feel that you waste, and that is how God feels. You know, God will automatically feel disappointed in you because everything you need, that dream of yours, let me just make it straight. I don't like painting words. That dream of yours that you have, that fine imagery you have, that fine picture, that fine destination, that fine, um, um, whatever, that your dream house, that your dream, everything you have in your brain, God has given you everything you need to achieve it. Believe it or not, but that is the actual philosophy. The whole picture will not be clear, but if you can start doing something, putting one step at the other, definitely you will see it very, very clear. So where did I stop? Remember, I always teach my lessons with my own practical experience, and I love doing that. The reason is I cannot tell you what I have not passed through. If I'm setting examples, unlike some YouTubers that will come and, oh, there is job in this place. Oh, there is this one in this place. Oh, this one is opening. When you open the video, you'll be disappointed. You understand? What they are actually doing, some of them are just hoping for views. I like giving you practical examples, things that I've passed through, and when you do them, you achieve the same result. My videos may not be getting all the necessary views. I'm not good in video editing. I don't do. And if you watch my videos, they are full. They are filled up with lots and lots of informations, but they may not be all that aesthetic, in terms of the video quality and the rest of them. But I don't. I think the most important thing is for you to get that information. That's the most important thing. If you've been following me. That's the most important thing. All right, so remind me where I stopped. So when I was now trying to build my accounts, I was trying to make all necessary. When I was working with my company, getting some money, building my accounts, you know, I drafted my own business idea. So okay, Chima said you stopped when you reached out to immigration asking if it's late to renew your permit. So you said we should sue, research, and meet requirements. Okay. most YouTube, most YouTubers babbles, okay, well, badash just for views. Okay. This country is looking for workers, but will not say the requirements. Well done, bro, for your work. All right, thank you so much. All right. So when I called the Finnish immigration office, I told them, okay, what if I applied a day before my resident permit will be expired? Does it have any implication? Let me rush it now. They said no. That as long as my permit has not expired, even if I applied a day before it expires, that is still valid for my renewal. I said, okay. So, do you know when I applied? I applied 5 days to the expiration of my permit. That was when I made my uh, application for an entrepreneur permit. I made this application 5 days to the expiration. My brothers and sisters, it was not an easy journey at all. By the time I made this application, I have gone through their website time without number. I have done all my researches. Even the one I was sure of, I will still put core across to be very, very sure. Because the reason is, I have never made application for any permit that got denied except one. And that one is my own personal one. And even before they deny it, I know that they will deny it because of the reasons. I was even the one that asked them to cancel the permit before the decision was to be made. But they told me I have already submitted, so there is no how they can cancel it. Do you understand? I asked them to terminate it because one of the things I was supposed to submit was not available. And I know without that, it will be denial. And definitely it came out negative. I say I will do a video on that to tell you so that some of you will not take the same step and get your visas denied. It may not be in this one. So I have made research about everything I needed to make application for this permit. I have done my research. I have done it time without number. I have gone through their website. I have listened to other people. I have contacted some of the agencies that will be involved in making my decision because let me open your eyes. When you make application for an employed person, there are two bodies that are involved in making that decision, in making either positive or negative decision, of which one is very, very important. If you make application for an employed person, the TE office is very, very concerned with your application. They will be the one to give the first decision. If you make a decision on enter Finland, they will be the one to make the first decision, trying to make sure that you qualify, trying to make sure that the job you are going to come in to make is in line with what they are looking for, is in line with what they need, your salary, your company, the rest of, they make all the checks. And if the decision they make, the TE office makes, is positive, then the immigration service has little checks to do. And if everything is fine, they will give you a positive response. But if TE office makes a negative decision, definitely the immigration office is giving you a negative decision. There is no two ways about it. There is no two ways about it. So when it comes to entrepreneurship, it is also the same. But the difference is that it is not the TE office that is making the first decision. The body in charge of making the first decision is the Elukeskus. right? They are the ones that are in charge of making the first decision. They will be the one to ascertain. First of all, they will check your business idea that you have written. They will go through your business ideas. They will go through your financial forecast for the year. You make a financial forecast for the first year and the second year of your business existence. Like, for instance, if you started your business in 2020, 2024, you make a forecast for the business in 2025. How much your company will be earning or is to earn in 2025, how much is going to earn in 2026. That is business forecast 2 years ahead. Then they will now check, is this your business profitable? Right? That business you want to start, is it profitable? They will check, do you have the necessary requirements to be able to do that business effectively? What are these requirements? They will check, do you have the qualification? Does your line of business require any certification? For instance, um, if you're into food, like if you're into restaurant, they will check if you have the hygiene certificate or the rest. Or if you're into taxi, they will check, do you have the taxi license? If you're into whatever business you are into, they will check if you have the necessary requirement, the qualification. Have you studied for this line of business you want to start? Do you have any qualification for it? Does it need any special skills? Does it need any special certificates or certification? So they will check all this. And the last but not the least, which make many people not to get this permit, is they will check your records of transactions that you have had. I'm talking about those that have established and started running their business like me before you make the application. Because in my own case, they asked me to submit all my invoices. You see why it is important. I told you it is very, very important for you to have an accountant. I told you I had an accountant on my own who I pay monthly for myself for the services he renders to me. It is very, very important. They demanded for all invoices I have made from the beginning, from the inception of my business till the last day they demanded for it. I have to provide that. They demanded for all my bank statements, all the money that has gone into my account and all the money that went out to my account, including the money I sent back to my country. They demanded for my accounts. Did I and ask questions on some of the money. This money left your account. So and so amount left your account on so and so day. What was this money for? Was it for any other business? You understand? What was this money for? What did you use the money for? What was it for? So that is why I told you it's one of the toughest permits so far. There have to be series of scrutinizing. Apart from that, I did not stop there. They still sent many requests, because when you make the application, you'll be checking your application. I got about 3 or 4 requests from them before my application was approved. They demanded for my account, both in Finland and outside Finland, account statement. They asked questions. Oh, so and so person have sent you so and so money. What was it for? Oh, so and so money came to your account as loan. And in your business plan and in your business idea, we did not see you write about taking a loan. Did you forget about it? They are trying to put you into trap. Maybe you come back and tell them, oh, I forgot about writing it. That means you are not calculative enough. You don't even know what you're doing in your business. So they told me, we saw so and so people have sent you money for so and so time as loan. Can you please explain to us what this loan was for? We did not see it in your bank statement, in your business plan. Did you forget writing about it? So in my private coaching, in my private coaching class, I teach people all about these tricks which comes in. So it's a premium service. I may not be going into details how I responded to all these questions and what they actually needed, because any question they ask you, there is something they are looking out for. And a guy received a negative decision because they asked him the same question and he responded what they don't need from him to respond. Even though they say, okay, tell us, did you forget it? And you went and started writing, or they demanded for your account outside of Nigeria, outside of this country, and you went ahead and started, you know. So if you want to, you can subscribe to my premium coaching service. I coach people privately. Is a premium service, so to say. You chat me on my WhatsApp, I'll add you to the group, and you make your payments for it. It is not free. I have a WhatsApp group, two WhatsApp groups. One is filled up anyway. It's about 1,020 something people, and the other one is almost filled up as well. But the group I'm talking about is entirely different from these two. So these two groups are groups I open to help people. I throw in information open for everybody. I don't charge you anything for it. But if you need my premium services, those are the ones I bring out my special time. You can make calls with me directly because I make out time for it. So you also have to pay for it, right? So it's not for everybody. If you can do it, if you think it's important for you. But one thing I always promise is I give you more than the value of your money. And if I don't give you more than if I don't give you more than the value of your money, it is not even your problem. It is my problem because it will be costing me inside me. I'm a man that I have conscience. Everything I do, my conscience bites me a lot. It's very very strong in me that I can hardly reject. I can hardly. That's one of the faults I have. So my conscience is one of the problems I have. So it pains me if I'm not able to give you what you demanded from me. So that is just that. So where did I stop? Those premium services, I may not be able to be saying them here, so I'm moving on. Now, after submitting those required documents, I got some of the requests, the additional information they needed. They even went as far as asking me, oh, in my business proposal, I have written that I'm using my own car for my business and I have not included my car expenses. Imagine these people. They are looking for who to put inside problem. So I know how I answer that. If you are in my premium service, I will also be telling you more about all those stuff. So those ones are known. But the good news is that after all the stress, I have not even told you. I still received a request. Oh, you told us in your business plan that you have agreements with this company, because I submitted contracts of about five different companies that I'm working with here in Finland to them. But out of that five, I was no longer working with two, and one of them I did not submit the contract I had with them. They told me you had a contract with this company and you said you're working with this company, and we have seen in your account that you receive so and so money from this company, but you have not included a work contract from this company. Can you please explain to us why this? And if you don't have it, can you please tell us why you don't have? They are looking for who to implicate. How I answer that, I will also teach. So these are, apart from that, they also came back when I answered them that, okay, I am no longer working with these two companies. They came back to me. You said you are not working with this company, but uh, in your business proposal and your financial forecast, you told us that you make so and so amount of money in 2025. If you're no longer working with this company, you're no longer working with this company. How then will you be able to come up with this total amount as the money you are supposed to make in 2025 and 2026? And please, can you please tell us how much you will be making from each of your partner company in 2025 and 2026? How will you make from each of them? How much will you make from each of them? It was not an easy thing. So, guys, I don't. If you're here with me, should I continue or should I just stop? Because we've been live here for 3 hours. So let me know. I will use 5 minutes in order to go through our conversations, because when I'm talking and no one else is talking, it's a monologue. If you're here, just write in the question you want to ask. I'll be treating some of the questions, and then I will invite one or two persons. So now is the right time for you to send in your request for you to join the live stream. I will invite one or two persons or five persons, then we can make conclusion. But if you want me to continue on the story, let me know on the comment section, then I'll go on. Remember the power of positive decisions on foreign soil. I've not concluded it. So let's continue. So we can continue with this, and then if I'm seeing your comments, it will make me to remember things I forgot and then still come back to you. uh, Love Chimandolisi, I would like to, okay. Love Chimandolisi said, you didn't answer the question of skill to learn to be entrepreneur in Finland, but I answered this question now. Is it because I didn't go straight forward in answering, making it particular to you, right? It seems you don't really understand what entrepreneur actually means, but let me just explain a bit. It simply means your ability to establish your own business, your ability to be creative enough to think out of what you can be able to do that are legal to earn money and be sustainable, and something that can sustain you, right? Something that can be profitable and sustainable as well. Establishing your own business. It can be anything at all, as long as you have the skill. It can be, many people are here in the field of restaurants. Many people are here in the tech industry. They established tech companies. Many people are here like me, who is in logistics company, right? Many people are here in different fields. It depends on what you actually want to do. So it is not limited on any type of skill. Whatever you know you can do, you have the financial backing to do it. Remember, if you are applying as an entrepreneur, money is very, very important, because they are going to check, are you able to take care of yourself before your business starts yielding profit, right? Me, my business was even yielding profit before I started it. so so that is one of the advantages. So I think I've been able to answer your question. So let me look at other ones and then we'll continue. um, can you employ outside of Finland? Yes, anybody who is here as as an entrepreneur, there are some certain requirements you need to meet in order for you to become an employer. Remember, there are two type of employer you can be. You can be somebody who can be, like now, I can be able to give contract to people within Finland. Now, you can also be an employer who can employ outside of Finland, but there are criteria for it. There are things you need to make, and which is more expensive. So as you grow, you start expanding and start being able to do all those kinds. As of now, I'm not able to um, employ anybody outside of EU or outside of Finland. I cannot be able to do that. Remember, I always tell you that what I know I can do, I will tell you. If whatever is beyond my power, I'm not ashamed to tell you I cannot do this, because my peace of mind matters a lot to me. I'm a kind of man that is always restless when I feel to deliver what I said with my mouth to deliver. Except I don't say it with my mouth, then it doesn't bother me, because I don't make promises. And that is why it's more difficult for me to make promises. Now, I cannot be able to employ anybody outside of EU. It's not possible for me. So until I grow to an extent that I meet all the requirements, then I can apply and then get registered in the Finnish, what we call, remember, go to my video, you will see where I made a video on the list of all certified employers who can be able to employ people from outside of Finland. I have made video about that. Go back to that video, go back to that list. Though it has been updated, because there are some companies that recently applied and they are certified as well. But as at when I made that video, those are the list. But now it has increased or probably decreased. So if I reach to that criteria, I can simply apply to them, and then if I'm approved, I can be able to employ somebody outside of Finland. But for now, I am not. I have not been approved, and I don't have the capacity. As at today's date, let me make it clear, because tomorrow I might be able. But today's date is the 22nd of December 2025, 2024. Sorry. I am not able to employ anybody outside of Finland. My business hasn't grown to that level, and I have not applied for it. So when I'm very, very sure my business has met the requirements and I'm financially buoyant enough to do all those stuffs, then I will do it. I'll also announce it here. So for now, no. I don't know if I've been able to answer your question. Then please, when you ask me question is when you learn more from me. If you don't ask your questions, you don't learn from me. So guys, now is the time for you to send your request for you to join me live. I can bring you live here if you send the request. Click on that link I sent. You can click on it and I will accept you. You can ask your questions, or if there is any advice you want to give, or if there is any testimony you want to give. Testimony time. All right, guys. So let's make it fun. Let's make it fun. Um, Akim Wumi said, clear, thanks. Okay, it's very clear. All right, you're welcome. Please, sir, can you continue next time? You are free to talk to us. Can you continue? Next time you are free to talk to us. Okay. All right, guys. If you want me to finish up, okay, let me round up on the topic. Now, from my experience so far, um, after making the application, I was finally given the permit to operate as an entrepreneur here. And then my ground of staying here is now stronger. Um, I'm not boasting if I say that the little time I've stayed here, I've toured around the whole of almost good percentage of the country, and the experience I've had, the difficulties I faced have made me to have lots and lots of experience that some people that has been here for many years may have not gotten. I'm not lying about this. So, but then it doesn't necessarily uh, make me the best, right? So when I made those decisions, assuming I had opted in to do that full-time study, and I was earning and I was receiving that government money, by now they would have sent me back to my country. I would have been back there to my country, right? If the benefits will stop, the benefits will stop. My earning that I'm earning with my company, or money I'm making with my company, will stop. My resident permit will be terminated. As it is right now, I am free to study for free if I want, if I have the time, which I don't have the time. I am free to do any type of business I want to make whenever I want to do it. I am free to sleep from morning till night and say I'm not going anywhere if I want to, right? If I say I don't want to work for 1 week, I am free to do that, but it's only your bill that will wake you up to go and work. So I am free to do any business I think of now that I want to do. I am free to do it. Even the benefits, you understand, they talked about. If I have my family, they can be able to enjoy it. But as an entrepreneur, you don't have the right for benefits, because your company, you work with your company, and your company should be able to take care of you. So that is the thing there. So assuming I made that mistake of being blindfolded, assuming I made that mistake of not thinking far, of not thinking uh, what lies ahead of me, and I concentrated on today alone, by now I would have been sent back. And this particular thing is what happens to most of our brother. Mind you, after my 2 3 months in Finland, I was making at least some money. that can sustain me, that will even make me not to concentrate or work in my own company. At least I was making enough money that is able to take care of me. But those money were not coming in a way that can help me to sustain my stay here. And some of our brothers may come in here and they focus on the money without focusing on the main thing that is a priority. It is good to secure your stay first. It is good for you to secure whatever that brought you into the country first. Money is not the first thing, money will come, but make sure you set your foundation right. Try and get information about the country you are in. Try and know what works and what doesn't work. Don't take people's advice for granted, but don't take all advice from people. These are two different things. Don't take people's advice for granted, but don't take all advice from people. Some people advises you based on the level of information they have. Most of them has more information than you. Most of them you have more information than them. Always know how to weigh this together in order for you to know. When you weigh them together, the result you will get depends on your set goals and your ambitions, right? The result you get depends on your set goals and your ambitions. But most times, if you don't have a set goals, you'll be rigmaroling. Wherever they push you, you will go. Wherever benefits, you will face that place, which is very, very bad. So most people stay in a particular country they have been to 10 years, 5 years without achieving anything. It's not because they must have had so many opportunities, but many of them did not do the right thing. They did not get the right information. They did not even know what they were supposed to be doing as of that time. Financial freedom in Europe is not as easy as it is in Africa. Financial freedom in most Western countries are not as easy as it is in Africa. For instance, in Africa, you can do a business of 2 billion naira. You may not even be able to pay tax. Come and try it here now. The system here is structured in a way that they don't want you to get excessively rich and they don't want you to get poor. They just want you to be at the middle. Middle that I mean is that you are able to make the money, but the money will be spent on your rent, spent on your feeding, spent on taking care of your children. That is all. You are not supposed to have excess in your account or more in your account. That is why you see most people who are outside of this outside country, your uncles, you'll be seeing them in pictures, in videos they are posting. They are living good. They are buying clothes, changing clothes and all that, but they cannot be able to do any capital investment back home. They cannot be able to say at once they will bring out something like 15 million, 50 million, 80 million and do something. They cannot be because the money, even when you have that money in the bank, you pay tax on it. You understand? So if you understand how this place is structured, if you understand how the Western world is structured, then you can be able to make it faster. You can be able to understand and know how to structure your own way and set your own goals right. Brothers and sisters, I think I've done justice to this topic. I'm very, very happy to have you here. And if you are not my subscriber, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I give these informations. I see you as my brother. I see you as my sister. I see you as somebody who I can rely on. I don't know where I may meet you tomorrow. I don't know where you may see me tomorrow. But even if we don't get to meet in life, just know that I love you. Just know that your own growth is part of my own growth. Just know that I feel happy when somebody was able to get something from me that helped the person to perfect his or her own life. I feel happy when I am able to positively touch people's life, and that is my passion. That is what I like doing. It may not come in monetary form, but always know that I appreciate everything you're doing and also appreciate my by sharing my video subscribing to my channel. And if you like, if it's if you can afford it, you can also subscribe to my premium services. I have people who I'm coaching privately, and they are the people who are getting much of the services. Okay, let me take in one person. Um, Sorry, what happened? I wanted to invite someone, a guest, but okay. So just know that I value everything you do. I value everything you're doing for making out time to be here watching. If I'm here alone, it would have been something else. If you don't like this video, I don't know what you're waiting for. I don't know if I've not been able to make sense enough. If you don't share it, I don't know. Your brother, your sister, someone out there may just need this little information I have shared here in order to get to his or her destination. And you are the one who is blocking him or her from getting to his or her destination. Think about that somebody is being a hindrance to you somewhere, sometime. Would that be okay for you? All right. If you have any special question you want to ask, I think I'll be ending it here. But if you have, in the next 1-2 minutes, ask or click on the link for me to add you on. After 30 minutes, after 5 minutes, I'll be ending this live. So I'm waiting for your questions. Akin Wumi Oluranti said, is it until we join the premium before we can get info on the school route you said in the group? No, the school route I said in the group, I am waiting for the final compilation of all the requirements because I don't want to be doing it partly. So when I'm done with all the informations, then I'll post it. Those who want to be on the admission list, I'll be sending out. Will also have to, but before you are part of it, there are requirements, strict requirements, among which is your capability to be able to fund your program. It is not free as well. My services need to be paid for because my partnership with some companies, I had to pay for it as well. So it is not free. If you are able, because why I did it is some people were on my neck. They had the money to study. They had the money to fund their studies and pay for their permit and the rest of it, their living expenses and their proof of fund. But the problem is they have been making applications and the schools are not responding. So these kind of people are people I want to help. So they pay for the services, I get the admission for them, and then if they want me to process the resident permit, I go ahead and process the resident permit for them and the rest of it. So that is how I do it. But if you're on the group, stick to the group. Once I get every necessary details, I'll post it there for everybody to see. So I hope I've been able to answer your question. Then Benicia Goodluck said, well done, sir. God bless you immediately. You are the only YouTuber I commend for people who have dreams to travel, to subscribe and follow you because you give accurate information. All right, Benelicia. All right, sorry if I don't pronounce the word, but bro, you are chill guy. All right. Okay, guys, I think I have to call it a day today. Thank you all wherever you're watching from, and God bless you. See you at the top. I hope everybody makes it. Like I always say, please, if you forget everything, don't forget us. Whatever dream you have, never give up on it. Keep knocking on that door. If you knock on it and the door doesn't open, hit on it. If you hit on it and it doesn't open, throw your body, throw every might and strength you have on it. If it still doesn't open, look for help and keep pushing. If it doesn't open, keep hitting it with whatever you can find. Even if it is made with the strongest iron, with the strongest material in this world, if you persist and continually do whatever you're doing, it must crack down and you must definitely get across that door and achieve your aim. The only way you cannot cross that door is when you hit and hit and it doesn't open and you give up. Then you have done bad to yourself. Thank you and God bless you. How can I join the study group? Join my WhatsApp group. Oh, I think God, the link I shared here, the group is filled up already. Maybe after this, I can still tag the link to the other group that is not filled up total. I think it has about 880 something people on it. Then it's remaining about maybe 100 and something for it to get filled up. The other one is already 1,000 plus. It's filled up. No, I can't accept it. Nobody can be accepted on it again because it's filled up already. So I'll that one that is still open to this. You can join the group, and then whatever you want from there, you can send it. God bless you all. See you next time.